Hi there, it's Paul Collins from SkillsTx, and this is just an introduction to the SFIA version 7 to version 8 migration guidelines that we've created for all our users. So I'm going to take you through a few slides, show you some things in the system, and if you have any questions, of course, we're always available to answer those. So let's just work through. Quick overview in terms of why you might want to move to version 8. If you actually go to SkillsTx.com into the Wisdom page, there's a very detailed breakdown of all of the various changes. You can see quite a lot of detail on the page there. But I'm just really going to cover off two things that we found have been particularly valuable. First of all, there's some new skills in there that are absolutely representative of where the industry currently is. Things like high performance computing, data science, etc. So some really relevant skills have been included. And then the other aspect is really around readability, and we're getting some great feedback that this has made a really big difference. So although there's more skills, there's probably less content. So now we've got a single sentence that describes the overall description rather than a paragraph. And within our surveys, you've got a link that will take you through to additional guidance notes if you need more detail. So a lot easier to navigate from that point of view and make choices. And then within the system, we've actually created some migration scripts and analysis. So it gives you a heads up before you even move into it. So another good reason why it's a good time to move, because you know what the impact's going to be. Another aspect, again, that we're finding particularly valuable is this very clear definition now. So sort of capability levels against each skill level. This is embedded in the new version 8 surveys and is used throughout the system. So we recognize these three levels now. So competency, as described there, but basically means that this is the sort of work that you do and doesn't need any development. Proficiency is where you can perform the activities described, but you may need some additional practice, etc. But you're able to perform the tasks with a good outcome. And then finally, knowledge, which is that you can explain what it is. You might have done some very basic training, or maybe it's a skill previous in your career. You haven't used it for a while, you still know about it, but you'd have to sort of revise and refresh to be able to reuse it. I'm going to jump across into the system for some of this, but basically up front, run some analysis reports and then request the migration. Obviously, you need to let people know this is going to happen, so you need to wrap some comms around this. It's actually quite low impact for the end user. They just log in and they see their profile converted to version 8 and the new skills. But you probably want to advise them that there may be some skills they want to have a look at and maybe update their profiles accordingly. So pretty straightforward. We'll normally run the migration over the weekend, just in case people are actually active in the system. It's only a very short downtime, but still we want to keep that to the minimum. Okay, so let me jump into the system and just show you what we've provided to assist with this migration. So first of all, I'm in the IT individual reports here, and in version 7, we've added this SFIA migration tab. First thing to do is go into that, add some detail. It will probably be blank. We've got some words there that you might want to use as an example, but this is part of your comms. So this will allow you to send this migration report out to each employee. So you might want to advise them what it is and what they should do with it. So add some words, obviously a subject line. Make sure you save it. You can send yourself a test, and when you're happy, set it to approved, and that means that you can then send the report directly to the users. Back in the reports, we've got this additional column, which is migration analysis. You can send this out individually by just selecting the boxes, or if you want to send them out, so if you want to send them out in one hit, then you'll click the button up at the top here, migration analysis pending. It'll automatically go find everyone that's not had the report generated and select them automatically, and then you just click the green button, generate reports, and send to the participant. So pretty straightforward. The other report that we've got is the big picture. So you may want to run this first. certainly would give you the heads up before you start sending reports out to the individual. So in here we've got migration analysis. Obviously just select it and generate it. There are a maximum of 3 sections in that report: self-assessed profiles, endorsed profiles if you have them, and jobs and roles. So each of them, it will list all of the skills, how they've been impacted, indicate whether it's high or medium impact, and some suggestions for other things that you might want to do. So certainly running that report first would be a good idea. And then, of course, if you want, you can send reports out to each individual. Okay, so back over into the slides. Let's carry on through these. Some of the things you may want to take into account, we'll migrate everything that's within your instance, but if you're using predefined actions from other companies, you'll maybe need to switch that on and assign that company so you're picking up the new version 8 skill mappings from individuals' point of view, so they can use that analysis so that they can log in and make their own choices. Great opportunity to collaborate with their management, and of course from a manager's point of view, understand what's changed. We'll actually migrate the action plans as well, but of course you might take this opportunity to include new skills and new actions as appropriate based on the new wordings and the new skills in version 8. So if you've got any questions, contact us at info@skillstx.com. If you're ready for migration and you want to get into the scheduling, then use the same email address and contact us, and we'll be in touch to organise the scheduling with you. Hopefully that helps, and good luck, and we look forward to having you move across to version 8. We think it's absolutely wonderful and we're getting some great feedback, so no time like the present.